right, folks, what is going on? Back with another video, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic Christmas holiday. My holiday just started for the most part. I'm on vacation from my job. My birthday is this week. It's just been a great time so far. Went to Charlotte, had a blast this past weekend. Like I said, it's just been a good time. I'm in good spirits. Now, before I go further with what you see on the screen, I mean, this is going to be really, really interesting and very exciting to talk about. I want to talk a little bit about the Atlanta Falcons real quick. The Atlanta Falcons are on the verge of making the playoffs, and let it happen. I know there's a lot of people here just have this like semi tank mentality. They don't want to make the playoffs or whatever the case may be. Listen, if you're in the playoffs, anything can happen, and let it happen. All this tanking for high draft picks and all this stuff. Half of the time, these high draft picks don't pan out. Just look at the ones that are out here now. Look at the ones that aren't panning out now. That happens every year. So with that being said, just let these boys play football. You never know what may happen. And I'll just leave it at that. Welcome to the First and Frame Race channel. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern football. We also talk about Atlanta Falcons football. You see, I got my Georgia Southern Christmas hat on. Shout out to the guys at Southern Exchange. You know, they phenomenal store. I mean, once again, I'm not getting paid to do that. If you just want good quality in Georgia Southern gear, that's the place to go. You know what I mean? It's not an endorsement or anything, but I'm just telling you where the products are. So it is what it is. With that being said, we're going to talk about some Georgia Southern news. Coach Clay Helton comes in to speak to the press about his staff hires and the process, the recruiting, what he's doing, and it's just going to be I feel it's just going to be phenomenal. I mean, I'm going to give you some points that I've seen on Twitter about what he said and give you my thoughts about it. And like I said, I think it's just going to be phenomenal. It's just a great week after everything that has happened. So first and foremost, he said he wants to have a staff in place by the middle of January. We're talking about like the second week of January. So everybody's not hired. Obviously, you know, I don't think we have a special teams coach yet. I don't think we have a defensive coordinator. And the reason behind that is because some guys are still in the postseason. Some guys are still having bowl games, and maybe in some cases probably some national, college football playoff games. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get that kind of a defensive coordinator. I highly doubt it. But nevertheless, you just never know because he hasn't said. So that's one of the reasons why the hires haven't happened yet, because some of the personnel that he's looking at are preparing for bowl season. So that's a good sign. So we're not just getting anybody. We're getting some guys who can win some games, because if you're in bowl season, you're winning some games. You know what I mean? So that's going to be pretty cool. Obviously he wanted to change the offense. I mean, that's one of the reasons why he was hired here. He has a really good offensive mind, and he wanted to do that first because that needed the most work. It really needed. You know, what you saw with how the offense was. The offense was all over the place when it came to running this spread quasi option. You also had some weird passing plays. We do have the personnel to run a more modern offense, so that's what he's bringing to the table. And he said that was a priority, so that's why he wanted to work on that first, and he retained Coach Whitley. Just like I said, I thought this was a great move because he has a relationship with the defensive players, and also he has a relationship with the state of Georgia. So that was just a perfect move for Coach Helton to keep somebody on staff, and for Coach Whitley to go through what he went through throughout this entire season. A lot of the stuff was unwarranted, because I was saying, like, look, I would not be surprised if he's not retained, because after the South Alabama game, I felt like that was a game that showed that, okay, he didn't do enough to keep the team together. Even if it was, competitive, a competitive game, I'd be like, okay, but we went to South Alabama and just got, we got embarrassed. And like I said, I don't like to talk about this past season because to me the season's over, but that was the point where I felt like, okay, even if it was considering him to keep the job going forward, that game was probably the pivoting point. But nevertheless, down the road, Coach Helton is keeping him on board, which I think is a great move because of the defensive players and the defensive backs. He's done a phenomenal job with the defensive backs. I talked about that in an earlier video. You can go check that out. I'll probably try to have the card up if I can find it, or I may have put it in a tweet. I don't think I made a specific video about it, but I'll have some type of reference to it somewhere in the description or whatever the case may be. He also wanted to know that one of the reasons why he took the job, the investment that Kyle and Jarrett made in upping the resources. So it's like the reason why he took the job. This is all from Andrew Goldstein. You can follow him on Twitter. I forgot to mention that, but this is one of the quotes that he had. He said one of the reasons why he took the job was the investment that Kyle and Jarrett made in upping the resources. So it's like, basically what Jarrett and Kyle Marrero is doing, they're trying to build a prominent football program. And I know a lot of people sit here and say, hey, we are a prominent football program. And I agree. We are. We are one of the most recognizable football programs in the Southeast. I mean, you have your obviously the SEC teams, but when you really think about it, Georgia Southern, if you're a real football fan, you know, college football fan, you know about Georgia Southern. You know what this team has done throughout the decades. So we are one of the more premier teams in the Southeast, and it's time for us to move to a national scale. We move to the Sun Belt. We need to start winning more of a Sun Belt championships or being in a running for them. We need to win more bowl games. We've done a phenomenal job so far, but for the past few years, we've been just getting by with the skin of our teeth. We haven't really been progressing to get better, and better. And now, with this hire and what Kyle Marrero and Jarrett Benko is doing, they're trying to get to that point where they can get better and better and better. And look, I'm just telling you right now, it's going to be amazing when you see what is going on with Coach Helton and company. He also said that, and before I close, I'm going to say this. Helton said we're going to be pleasantly surprised, specifically mentioned the renewed effort on recruiting in rural Georgia and flipping other school commitments. I've been talking about this. I put it on the First and Frame Rate show where Coach Helton has been going through the Southeast or the South Georgia area, pulling players, trying to get players to come back to Georgia to play for Georgia Southern. Guys that are going as far as Western Michigan, guys that are going to the Midwest, guys are going down into the Florida area. People are going to North Carolina. He's trying to get those guys to come back home to Georgia to play for this program, and it looks like he's been doing a really good job. I mean, you got some new recruits out here that have been committed that are going to blow your mind. I mean, I look at the Mark Stampleys. I talked about him before. Mark Stampleys, Whitner, and we just recently got Thompson, the Jet. I mean, we've got some really good guys that are coming in. Zach Roseman is another one. I mean, it's just phenomenal to see what we got so far. And those are just guys that I'm naming because I know they committed. There's other guys that are probably on the horizon. I don't want to say their names yet because they haven't committed, but we got some guys that's going to be coming through that's really going to be special. Joshua Thompson, that's his name, Jet. Josh Thompson has committed to Georgia Southern. You also have, like I said, Zach Roseman, another quarterback that's going to be competing with the likes of a Cam Ransom, Connor Sigelski. You got some guys that are out here that are really doing it. Like I said, Mark Stampley on defense. Where's Whitner? What is it? Yeah, Ashton Whitner, another guy on defense that's going to be along the lines of a Derek Canteen, possibly Najee Thompson if he stays on defense. You also have these guys that are going to be coached up by Kevin Whitley. I mean, this is going to be something real special. I cannot wait to talk about this once signing day starts on the 15th, the day after my birthday. Man, it's just, my birthday's coming up, and it just feels like the gifts are continually given. I mean, on my other channel, the pickups that I got on my video games, the football that's out here, the Falcons are possibly going to be in the playoffs, the recruiting that's going on here at Georgia Southern. It's just a really good time right now. I cannot ask for a better time to be excited about my hobbies. The icing on the cake is, really what really matters the most. And I'll close with this, really. I really close with this. It's just getting a chance to spend time with my family after a big, rough, and tough year of working. I finally get a chance to really sit down and hang out with my family, my son and my wife, and actually just chill out with them, as well as enjoy all this great stuff. I cannot ask for more than that. It's just a great time. I really, really, really enjoy all of this. I hope you guys enjoy the same. And we're going to continue to talk about this. Going to be talking about more Atlanta Falcons stuff. We're also going to be talking about more Georgia Southern stuff, especially in signing day. And it's just a good time. Just a great time. I cannot ask for more than what I have now. Just feel so thankful, from the football world in the game, which is great. If you like this video, hit the like button, share this video, let people know what I'm doing over here. It's just an awesome time to be a Georgia Southern Eagle. It's an awesome time to be Atlanta Falcons fan, in my opinion. It's an awesome time just this time of the year. It's just a really good time. Even though that the things don't look right for our football teams, things are turning around. If the Falcons continue to win, that'll be great. If Georgia Southern knock it out of the park with this recruiting, I can't wait till the spring game. I just can't wait till the spring game. So it's going to be awesome. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys be blessed. Take care. Peace.